Much for joining me again. I'm very excited to be here and I hope you're excited to watch this video. This video is just a quick run through of lesson 2.8 found on 117 in our Go Math books. So if you want to go get those pages, go get a whiteboard, go get your markers, whatever you need, go ahead and pause the video now. And if not, let's keep on watching and let's get started with lesson 2.8. So the first thing I always want to do, I want to start my lessons with the essential question. Now, the essential question now for today is, how can you use blocks or quick pictures to show the value of numbers in different ways? So this is just like lesson 1.5. I'm sorry, 1.5. It wasn't an easy lesson, but I'm going to give you a quick run through of 1.5 before we get into the craziness of 2.8. 2.8 today. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to think of a nice number in the tens. Let's think of a number like 38. So let's do a quick draw together of 38. 10, 20, 30, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now you'll remember, I want you to continue to put these in groups of 5. The reason I want them in groups of 5 is it makes it a lot easier to count. If I know I'm always putting these in groups of 5, then I can say 5, 6, 7, 8. Don't always trust somebody else's drawing, but if you always do it like that, it makes it a little bit quicker, a little bit easier to count. So today we're going to talk about breaking apart the tens. So we're going to turn this 10 into all these ones. So make sure that you're following along very carefully as we break apart tens to make ones. So the first thing I want to do is I want to show this in place value form. So I know I have 1, 2, 3 tens, and I have 5, 6, 7, 8 ones. 8 ones. Now what we're going to do is we're going to break apart the tens and we're going to make them into more ones. Yay! So the first thing, I've said the first thing a lot. This is like the 18th thing. So the 18th thing that we are going to do right now is we're going to break apart this 10 stick right here into 10 ones. So the first thing I want to do at this point, or the 19th thing, if you're keeping track, is X out this 110 and bring it over and make 10 ones. I'm going to put them in groups of 5, just like I always tell you to do. Now, we still have the same amount here. We just have it configured in a different way. So if you look at it, we have 10, 20. So we no longer have 3 tens. We only have 2 tens. And we don't have 8 ones anymore. We have 5, 10, 15, 16, 17, 18 ones. 18 ones. So we're going to be doing this with our 10 sticks and our hundreds squares in a little bit. So keep on watching, and we're going to go on to the next page. So, boys and girls, we're now on page 118. The first number that we're looking at is 148. So if we're looking at this number, we're always starting with the ones place. Let's see how many ones. 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 ones, 1, 2, 3, 4 tens, and 1 hundreds. So the hundreds is represented in a square, and if you counted every one of those little tiny squares in there, there would be 100. But they group them together like that, so it's easier to skip count and easier to show a number that is larger. So what they have done here is they have taken this hundreds right there, or 10 tens, and broke it apart into 10 tens. So let's see how they did it. So they grouped them in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tens, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So right here, they did 2 groups of 5 tens, which equals 100. Let's count together. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. So these 10 tens are the same amount as this 100, just shown in a different way. And that's the whole point of this lesson, is to show numbers in a different way. So let's count together to figure out how many tens there are. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So we have 14 tens here. Now, did we change the amount of ones? I don't think so, but I always like to check. Let's double check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have 8 ones. We also see that there are 0 hundreds here. The reason there are 0 hundreds here is because we have no hundreds squares with us. So keep that in mind as we continue to move on and break down numbers or build numbers with hundreds plates. As we look down on this page, let's do one of them or two of them together. So let me erase my board, get rid of that. And let's look at this first one. It says, use quick pictures to show the number in a different way. Write 2 ways to show how many hundreds, tens, and ones. So if we're looking at this, we're always going to start with the ones. The number we have here is 213. So with 213, I start with 1, 2, 3 ones, 1 10, and 1 200. 213. Now let's break this up in another way or show this number in a different way. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to label my ones. 1, 2, 3. My 3 ones. 1, 2, 3. Boom. Now I'm going to break apart, or I'm going to move over this one first. My 1, 1. Now, or my 110, I'm sorry. My 110. Now I'm going to break it apart, my 100 here. So I'm going to cross it out, and I'm going to bring it over. How many 10 sticks do you think I should make? Show me with your fingers. Oh, wow, you did know. It was 10 sticks. So let's draw those 10s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Do you think we're done? No, no, no. We are not, because we still have another hundreds over here. So I'm going to bring that 100 square over just like that. So now with our new number that we just wrote, how many hundreds do we have? 100. How many tens do we have? Let's count them all together, please. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 tens. So let's write down 11 tens. So 213 is the same as saying 100, 11 tens, and 3 ones. Could you break this down even further? Let's try. So I'm going to get rid of this hundreds block, and I'm going to cross it out and make how many more tens? 10? All right, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now, we've gotten rid of both hundreds, but we've kept our 110 and 3 ones here. So now altogether, how many hundreds do we have drawn over here? We don't have any hundred squares there. So I need to erase this, and boom shakalaka. Are we finished? No, 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 because we have to count up all of our new tens along with the tens that we already had. So let's count them together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. So I just erased that and put my 21 there. All right, so now we have 0 hundreds, 21 tens, and 3 ones. Does anybody see a pattern between these two? Look for that as we go along. So what I'd like you to do now is try number 2 on your own. Pause the video. Oh man, this was a tough one. And I even had to think about using this one a little bit differently. We had to work backwards on this one. So with this problem, I know I have 132. So do I have any 100 squares here? Do I have any 100 squares? I don't have any 100 squares. So I have to represent that with a 0. Do I have any 10s? Oh yeah, I do. Let's count them together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I have 13 tens, and then I have 2 ones. Now, I'm going to work backwards, or I'm going to pull together instead of breaking apart. I'm going to pull together 10 tens to make 100. So let's count them up. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. So I'm going to group these and move them over here as a square. This square now represents 100. The next thing I need to do is move over the remaining tens. Can I make the 3 tens into 100? I can't. So I'm just going to move them over to 1, 2, 3 tens. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And then I'm going to move over my 2 ones. So now if you represent this new number on a place value table, we have how many ones? 2. How many tens? 3. And how many hundreds? 100. 132. Does anybody see a correlation or a pattern between this and this? Check them out. Now I want you to turn the page and work on the next 3 problems on your own. Pause the video, and when you come back, I'll have them done and ready for you guys to check your answers. All right. I hope you worked hard on those problems. Now I'm going to go over what I did. Some of yours may look a little bit different than this, but if you follow what we did, then you should be on the right track. So let's look at number 3. The first number we have is 100, 4 tens, and 4 ones. Now we are going to break apart that 100 square into 10 tens. So with that, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14 tens, 0 hundreds, and 1, 2, 3, 4 ones. Hopefully you guys did well on that one. Let's look at the next one. This is another one that we had to work a little bit backwards and pull together tens instead of breaking them apart. Now this is one that you could have also broken apart and added 10 more tens. I did not do that. I brought them tens together to make another 100. So you could have done this 2 different ways. If you did it a different way than me, have your parents or your teacher look it over the next time you have a chance. So what I did, I brought over my hundreds, and then I knew I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 tens. And I know that 10 tens equals 100. So I brought this over here to make a new 100. And I kept my ones the same, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So when I wrote those down, I knew I had 100, 10 tens, and 4 ones. With this one now, I have 2 hundreds, no tens, and 4 ones. So keep that in mind as you're doing these problems. If you did it a little differently or you didn't get the right answer, I want you to ask an adult for help, whether it's your teacher or it's a parent or your babysitter or somebody that you know that can help you out with this math. Now we're going to look at question number 5 after I'm done erasing the board. All right, we move this down and we look at this one. It says, Sue said that 200 plus 20 plus 23 is the same as 200 plus 30 plus 3. Ooh, this could be tough. The first thing I want to do is I want to draw a picture of each one. The reason I'm drawing a picture is it gives me a visual. I'm a visual learner. So I want to see the difference or see the similarities so that I can compare and decide whether Sue is correct or incorrect. So I'm going to draw with my magic marker here. I'm going to draw 200s, 20, and 23 ones. Ooh, that's a lot of ones to draw. I'm going to draw them in groups of 5, though, to make it easy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. Now, boys and girls, if you're keeping track of this, you know that these two groups of 5 are equal to 10. So now I want to write down that number. 200, 10, 20, 30, 40, 1, 2, 3. 243 I have here. Now the next one, it says 200 plus 3 tens plus 3. So I already know, I think, that if this is written in expanded form, I'm going to just do a quick draw of it. So 200s, oh, that's the same, plus 3 tens, plus 3 ones. So now, I'm comparing these to see how they are the same and how they are different. So I know I have 200, so I can cross them out. Great. I know I have 3 ones. Boom, boom. Now I'm comparing my tens because that's where I see my difference. So I have 10, 20, 30, 40, 10, 20, 30. So let's say you decide, is Sue correct or incorrect? I'm going to say she's incorrect. The reason that she's incorrect is because, so is she correct? No, she is not correct, comma, because. Now, I want you to think of why she is incorrect. Oh, looks like I got an announcement coming over the loudspeaker. It's Miss Care.
We will have a staff meeting at 8:15. It is in the gym. The meeting will be in the gym at 8:15. Thanks, everybody.
Well, that was kind of exciting. Miss Care joined our meeting, kind of. So, no, it is not correct. And the reason that it's not correct is because there are different amounts of a different amount of tens. Now, you could put something different. This is just what I chose to write. Don't forget to start with a capital and end with a period. Let's all flip the page and look at what we're going to be doing next. All right, so on this page, we're going to be looking at marbles are sold in boxes, in bags, or in single marbles. Each box has 10 bags of marbles in it. Each bag has 10 marbles in it. Now, that might be tough to understand. So what I want to do is look at this. So I know that this is 10 right here, 10 marbles. And if we have 10 tens, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. So 10 of these bags are in, let me erase that and put that over here. So this equals 100 marbles. So what we're going to do is it says, draw a picture to show 2 ways to buy 324 marbles. So the first thing I want to do, or if you're keeping track like the 398th thing that I want to do today, is draw a picture of it the simplest way. 100 marbles first, or the hundreds first, and then break them apart, if that makes sense. So we're going to look at the ones. Let's make it simple. 4 ones. 1, 2, 3, 4. Boom. Pretty easy. The next one, 2 tens. So 2 tens or 2 bags. So you can draw them as bags, but I would rather you draw them as 10 sticks for the base 10 blocks because we're just drawing quick pictures now. So we draw 2 tens there, and then we'd have 300s. So 1, 2, and 3. Now we have 324. The next thing we're going to do is draw it in a different way, and we're going to break apart one of these hundreds into 10 tens. So I'm going to start with my ones again. 1, 2, 3, 4. My tens, 2 tens, and my 300s. But this is the exact same way that you drew it here, right? Or I drew it here. Well, I'm going to break apart one of these hundreds into 10 tens. So let me draw that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So now I still have 324. I just have it written as 200s, 10, 11, 12 tens, and 4 ones. So this is showing the number in a different way. You could have also broken apart all of those to make 32 tens and 4 ones. You could have done 122 tens and 4 ones. There are a lot of different ways to configure it. This is just 2 different ways to do it. Got to get it good. Let's look at the next problem. There is only one box of marbles in the store. There are many bags of marbles and single marbles. Draw a picture to show a way to buy 312 marbles. So with this problem, I only can draw one box. And a box, if you remember up top, has 100 marbles in it. So I'm going to draw my box, and I'm just going to label it as 100. So now I need to make up for the rest of the tens that are left over. So I'm going to draw my ones in there too, 2 ones, and my 1 10. Now I still have 200 more to account for. So let's start drawing it. 100, 110, 120, 130, 140, 150, 160, 170, 180, 190, 200. So now I'm up to 200. I need to keep on going because now we have 212. So now I'm going to add 100, 200, 210, 220, 230, 240, 250, 260, 270, 280, 290, 300. So now altogether here I have 300, and then I have one more 10 and 2 ones, which is 300 plus 10 plus 2 equals 312. How many boxes, bags, and single marbles did you show? So 1 box, 10, 20, 21, 21 bags. Remember, bags have 10 in each one, and we have to have 2 ones. Now you could have broken that apart in a different way. Check with your teacher or your adult in the house to see if you broke it down in a correct way for this problem. Please turn the page on to the next one. Let's keep on going. Now this was a really long lesson and you guys did so good. I'm very proud of you. Now your next order of business is to go ahead and do the next 2 pages to show what you know, to show what you've learned on this page. Check this over with an adult or a parent or bring it into school and have your teacher look it over. Good luck with the rest of the lesson and have a wonderful day. I'll see you soon.